Due to some timing conflicts, we weren't able to record our normal session and instead recorded a one-shot of Tales from the Loop. Tales from the Loop is an RPG system set in an alternate 1980s where you play children who solve mysteries in the style of 1980s movies like Goonies or things inspired by them, like Stranger Things.
So yeah, today is a little bit different. As you go upstairs and you peek into the room, you see three people there. You see, first of all, a tall young woman that you recognize from school, from the volleyball team. Not that you've been on the volleyball team, but you do know of her. She seems to be pacing around angrily while another young woman named that you do know also from school, named Jenny, is trying to calm her down. And then working at a computer is another girl who looks younger than the two of them, and she's sitting at a Macintosh actually, and she's looking at a microchip in her hands. And they're all in this kind of room that you had kind of assumed was your own. So I don't know if you want to make yourself known or if you want to.
Okay. I'm going to burst in.
I just imagine you sliding in like Kramer.
Yeah.
So
Hey guys, what's up?
I'll wait for the stock cheers to die down.
How does your character look? I'm imagining something like Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club. Maybe weirder.
I think I've got those like, oh god, what are they called? They're like jean material and they're dungarees.
What?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
What?
Denim dungarees.
Yeah.
What is a dungaree?
It's like jeans with a bib on it.
What?
Yeah, pretty much.
Overalls?
You're
Yeah.
not really clarifying anything right now.
No, but I feel like
Okay.
I'm being deliberately obnoxious for a reason.
Dungarees.
I can wear something like less controversial if that's okay.
No, this is fine.
Apparently we all have different words for the same kind of article of clothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a downbrook. Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
It's a
One of them.
Dangbook.
Downbrook.
Hey, so
Garden
who
pants.
gave you guys the secret password?
The door was open.
Wait.
The pigeons. Pigeons gave us the secret password.
Those
I have a key. I don't know
damn
about
pigeons!
you
I shouldn't have
guys.
told them the password.
Is there a crow sitting on her shoulder?
Yeah, do you have a crow? Did he bring it with you? What's your crow's
Yeah.
name?
Leslie, I wrote it down. You can change the
Okay.
name.
No. Leslie's fine.
Um,
Leslie, why did you tell the crows? The pigeons.
Leslie just kind of looks at you and cocks her head. She's a very smart bird, but she's not super intelligent.
I can't stay mad at that face.
Unlike me.
Okay. And the
Wait,
last thing
sorry.
you heard was...
Am I Russian?
was-
Can I just clarify if I'm Russian or not?
No.
I would say probably not.
Probably
Okay.
not. Guinevere doesn't even seem like a very Russian name, does it?
No.
Oh, Guinevere? Okay.
Yeah. The last thing you heard was something about Geneva talking about needing to get something from the middle school, but it's locked. So,
Are you guys planning to break into somewhere?
I didn't say
Yes. No, maybe.
Because I'm all in.
that. What?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm down for this.
So what are we doing? Setting a few fires, spray painting?
No. We just need some. What is it called? A soldering.
A soldering iron. I need
Yes.
that. and I
Whatever that
need-
thing is.
Yeah.
some
There's-
wire.
I made a list of items that I need.
Yeah,
and,
there you go.
and they're all in the science lab and in the workshop of the middle school.
I look at the list and I think you spelled solder wrong.
I think not.
Oh, okay. Soldiering iron.
Soldiering? That's not how I would write that. I'm the smartest kid in school. What are you talking about?
There's a breadboard, and you're like, bread. Okay. Do you want to fill Guinevere in, which will also go for a good recap, or do you want me to do that?
You can do
Okay.
that.
So, I was just about to go into it. Okay.
No, go for it.
Okay. So, what's your name again? I've forgotten. Sorry.
Gwen?
Gwen. Okay, Gwen. Right. So there were pigeons, and they were talking, and they were saying, "Oh, yeah, we got this bucket of popcorn," and they had a bucket of popcorn, which 3 of them then flew out of the blooming door, and we
I'm just
followed
like
them.
slowly walking backwards as you're saying this.
And then we followed them to a cliff where we broke up a fight with some seagulls and the pigeons, and then inside one of the mangled pigeons, we didn't do the mangling, by the way, that was the seagulls. There was like a chip of some description. And then we came back here, and now we need to break into the school, apparently.
Okay. Are you sure the seagull didn't just, or the pigeon didn't just eat the chip?
It was embedded. Trust me. I'll hold up my hands. There's bits of dried blood on it.
That seems trustworthy.
Okay.
You don't think your hobby is strangling pigeons, but you know.
I put my hand over Leslie's eyes.
Aw.
Okay.
Honestly, crows probably hate pigeons.
That's
Probably.
true. They probably hate seagulls too, honestly.
So it's okay. We're trying to befriend the pigeons.
Is there anything else you remember?
I hit a seagull with a volleyball.
Well, after that.
Nice.
There was a girl on a bike, and she went away from town.
I have a microchip.
Oh, and we also
share
have a
some.
tag from a magnetron.
Is it Lay's? Can I have some?
It's a computer chip.
And it's covered with bird blood.
Not anymore.
Okay, I don't
cleaned
particularly
it.
want that.
Yeah, bird blood flavored Lay's kind of very short-lived market.
Kind of like New Coke.
Barbecue chicken.
Gwen, you actually, when they describe the girl, you actually think you might know who that is.
Okay.
You know of a young woman a little bit older than you, named Stacy. She kind of lives by herself on the outskirts of town, and she hates grown-ups.
Do you mention this?
Yeah, I think I know who that is. That's that Stacy girl?
Crazy Stacy?
Yeah, crazy Stacy.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to. Are you going to sneak into the school? Are you going to? Oh yeah. Oh wait. You also have one other clue.
Yeah, the magna thing.
Yeah, we've got the label.
Is
IE
there-
X4Z32.
Yeah. So you basically have 3 clues at this point. You may want to split up to investigate them separately, or.
I mean, there's got to be like some sort of library for the labels on these things, right?
Yeah. They'd probably bring you in the library, in fact.
I feel like
Or
I should
even
go
or
and
at City Hall as well would be another thing if it's registered around here.
I feel like I should go and speak to Crazy Stacy.
It's kind of far away to go there by yourself because it's way on the outskirts and it's
I
almost
wasn't-
nighttime.
I wasn't planning on going by myself. I was going to take Gwen with me
Well, Gwen's kind of the best suited to
to
sneaking into school.
I guess we're all sneaking into school then.
All right. So are you gonna? So okay, you two are gonna go sneak into school. Are you gonna go look up the label on the ship?
I guess I can do that because I know letters and numbers. That sounds reasonable
All right.
for my low skill sets.
Okay. So Guinevere,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to the school. You know,
Actually, while maybe Geneva and I should go like research this.
Okay, yeah,
while
Geneva
they
can go
over.
with you
So
while
at the
the other
same
two go to
time,
the school.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're sending the non-tech people to go and get the tech.
We're sending the sneaky people to get the sneaks, while
They don't
Okay.
know what to get, though.
you give them a list of a soldering iron, some bread, and
Well, you do know what wires are.
yeah.
Yeah, but I can pull wires out of the VCR.
Sounds like a bad idea. Very
I
expensive.
didn't expect the VCR to work afterwards, but we could do it.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's.
we could assume that I just describe in great detail what it is that I need.
Now there'll be
Gwen, you can always just grab a whole bunch of crop and throw it in your backpack.
Yeah.
Okay, me and Gwen are gonna go steal things then.
Yeah, I love doing that.
Okay.
I don't like you.
I'm indifferent towards you.
All right. Okay. So.
All right, team, let's do this. Break. Psh.
Yeah.
I ain't part of your team. I'm part of my team.
So Gwen and Jenny.
Yes.
Yeah.
You arrive at the middle school, and essentially what you see is it's starting to get late. You know the way in through the gym. You're going to have to somehow get up there. It looks like it's a little high for one of you to reach. The other thing is that there is the school janitor does kind of stick around, and he does occasionally do a patrol. I don't know how you guys want to approach this stuff.
Okay, well,
I mean, I could sneak in and you keep watch.
I mean, how are you going to sneak in is the question, because I don't mind keeping watch, but we need to have a plan in case it all goes, belly up.
Well, okay, I've got an idea.
Okay.
What sort of items do I have on me? Like, can I just have...
Most of you'd have normal kid items. Your iconic item is your pet crow. So if you could think of a way to use Leslie.
Okay, so we
you
just
could get
established
those.
that I like stealing. Can I have like a pocket full of sweets that I've shoplifted from the local grocery?
Okay, sweets are fine.
Okay, I'm going to take out a sweet, sort of wrapped up in little gold paper, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Leslie to fly this up to the roof. I'm going to give you boost up into the building,
Okay.
and if the janitor comes around, I'll make a lot of noise, but also my excuse is this stupid crow, no offense Leslie, stole my sweets and it flew up to the top of the roof, and now I'm trying to get it back down.
That's way better than any, argument I was going to get. So sure. Boost me up.
Okay.
So Jenny's going to make a body check, and if you can explain how you're going to help her, then she can get an extra die on that.
Well, I mean, I'll give her a regular old boost up. I'll get down on one knee and put my
that makes
hands
sense.
out.
Yeah, so add an extra 1 to your move roll.
I'll do a body check on her.
Okay, so let's check. No, I don't make it.
Okay. You can always force yourself to take a condition.
I'm gonna force myself to do it. Just use all my cheerleading prowess. I've done pyramids before.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
there you
take
go.
exhausted.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you get boosted in, and make it into the bleachers on the other side.
Are you all right? You're breathing really hard.
It's okay. I've done worse. It's fine.
I thought you were a cheerleader.
It's been a long day, okay?
That's true. She has hiked 4 miles. Okay. So Geneva and Jen, you are at the library. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Presumably, like some sort of manifest for this label.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, just do
Microfiche in newspapers. I don't know what we have to do.
investigate, I guess, would be a appropriate thing.
I believe that the smart person should do that.
Yeah, let's...
What am I doing?
You're going to do an investigate, right? To, like, look for information about the label.
Yeah, sure. In the library. Yeah.
I will follow any instruction to grab any book required. That is how I assist.
Well, I fail to investigate anything.
Again, you can either A, use your luck roll to...
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, you are young. You could use a luck point to re-roll it, or you could push yourself to re-roll it.
Luck is reroll for 1 dice, right?
No, I think it's re-roll the check.
Okay.
I think it's re-roll dice that failed. So
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll do the luck thing then. And investigate again. Now I have 2 successes.
Okay. So you find out that there was a magnitude ship with that code on it. It used to be used to transport ore in northern Russia, but it's been scrapped recently. And it's out by Sentinel Island, which is out in the middle of Lake Mead. So somehow they got it from there.
Okay, well, they could have flown, right?
They could have flown. They are birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I think what I wanted to check here was... I think you can get an additional... with 2 successes, you can get additional information. And when that information is used, you can gain a +1. So what do you want to look for while you're here in the library? You can ask a question of me, basically.
Maybe stuff on super smart birds.
Computers is what I would want to know. I want to know more about the computer chip that we found.
Okay.
If there's
Yeah, you
any
find
known, like projects or whatever.
what you find is a book on electronics. And it seems to be written at a very high level, but you actually recognize the name of the author as Diane Peterson. And you recognize that name because earlier this day, your father was talking about her being fired from the facility. But the book seems to have a lot of information about that. So when you use the book to do something with the microchip, you can gain a +1 to that roll. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the other 2 are sneaking around the school. Let's go ahead and start with Guinevere. Guinevere,
Okay.
what are you doing outside the thing right now?
I've put a sweet into Leslie's mouth and flown Leslie up to the roof. And
Okay.
I'm kind of just standing there looking around.
All right. Okay. You see, the sun's starting to go down. You see a flashlight flash in the window. It doesn't look like it's super close to Jenny, but it's not far either.
Okay.
So you're kind of, it's a little bit on edge because you see that somebody is walking around through the building. Jenny.
I am going to sneak in through the gym.
Okay.
And then I guess go down the corridors.
You know where this is. I mean, this is. You know that there's a storeroom near the science rooms, which is probably where all this stuff would be.
Okay, I'm gonna head down there. Do I need to roll anything? Or?
Sneak. Yeah.
Okay.
to see if you can do this sneakily.
No, I cannot.
No.
Okay, so I am going to... I'm going to roll a point of luck for this one.
Okay, you're going to try to get lucky on this.
Yeah. So, that's 2 successives.
All right.
Jesus.
Okay. So with 2 successes, you actually have a bonus effect, which will let you give a success to another kid, but you're... Yeah, actually. One thing... Okay, so here's what you... how this plays out, I think. The janitor starts walking by with his flashlight out, and you just barely manage to duck behind some lockers as he walks by. But you notice that he turns around and starts looking outside the window. And as he does that, you are able to kind of to motion to Gwen in the window, and she looks up at you. And basically, you're like telling her to hide because you think he might have spotted her. Basically, giving her an automatic success on the sneak, so that the janitor has not found either of you yet. You're able to get down into the storeroom, and you just kind of start shoving like the things that are obvious. You put into your backpack, and the things that are less obvious, you can just start shoving in there.
Oh yeah, I'll just start shoving like just random shit and anything that looks interesting.
Okay,
probably.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of weird electronics garbage, but and the room is actually pretty messy, so you have a feeling nobody's even going to notice this, just because there's so much crap in here. But yeah, you are able to successfully infiltrate the school and sneak back out with meeting up with Gwen.
Such a badass at this point.
Yep,
a very tired badass.
Yes. All right. So at this point, you can drop your stuff off at the hideout, but I'm going to say that we should continue this the next day. Because it's getting kind of late, and even those of you with fairly permissive parents don't want you out all day. So the next day, you all reconvene.
Do we get our luck points back or something? Is this like a long rest?
No, actually, you do not get luck points back. Jenny, however,
yes.
If you would like to, we could do a scene with Grandma Jacobs to recover your exhaustion.
Yeah, I'd probably go and speak to my grandma at this point.
Does she live with you guys?
She lives next door.
Okay.
So I don't have to go and speak to my parents if I don't want to ever.
Yeah. What kind of food does she cook?
Oh, she is your typical apple pie, cookies, anything that's got all the fucking sugar in the world in it.
Yeah. So as you kind of make it in, you don't really feel like going to your parents, and so instead you go to Grandma Jacobs, and it turns out she's baked a pie that night.
You're a lifesaver.
Oh, of course. You seem pretty worn out.
Yeah, we went just all over the place today. Just me and a few friends.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to take my bike, so I had to walk. Went down to the beach, That sort of stuff.
Beach.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was interesting more than fun. People are strange.
When you're a stranger.
I don't know. I don't know how to deal with people sometimes. They just... One of my friends got mad at a pigeon.
The bird pigeon, or is that a nickname for something?
No, that at an actual pigeon. Birds are being weird, and apparently her friend was attacked by a bird before. It's weird. This town is strange.
Well, yeah, that's true. Especially recently with the reactor and all that.
You think the reactor has something to do with it?
Well, I don't really know, but it is the kind of it is what makes Boulder City the most unique among it. So it's only my guess. Who knows what they do up there?
That's what worries me. Maybe they do something to the pigeons. What do you think?
I mean, I always thought it was more like nuclear weapons, but, pigeons could be a result of that, I suppose.
Attaching nuclear weapons to pigeons.
All right.
There actually were experiments in like World War II using pigeons
pigeon bombs
to guide bombs.
Okay, so the next day, you actually hear as you're walking out the door, whose parents might work somewhere that they know this.
My dad definitely works somewhere in the facility.
Okay.
So does mine.
Okay. You actually hear your dads talking to each other on the phone. Not because they are like friends or anything, but because it's kind of like a phone tree. He looks really worried, Jen. He's kind of scratching his head. And he tells you, are you going out today?
Yeah.
All right, just be careful. Somebody said that somebody else was attacked by birds, and that's the third one I've heard of.
I reach into the closet and pull out a baseball bat. I'm like, all right, I got it.
Okay. And in fact, you know what? Take a baseball bat.
Okay.
That's going to be just a +1 to force.
Okay.
Not a particularly powerful weapon, but I think that's an appropriate item to have. Anything else you guys want to take from your house, actually, before you head back to the hideout?
My bike.
Yes, bikes. Everybody can get your bikes.
Yeah. And of course, everyone has bikes.
Or a skateboard if you want.
Of course.
The 80s, everyone has bikes.
Maybe roller skates.
Roller skates could work too. It's just whatever.
I think Guinevere would have roller skates.
Do you have roller skates, or do you have a bike or a skateboard? Or a scooter?
I'm gonna bring a portable 8-track player.
Okay.
With 2 songs, 1 for backup, or two albums.
2 albums. Okay.
And I'm taking my bike as well, but it's been repaired.
Okay.
The wheel is no longer wobbly.
Okay. So yeah, you all gather back at the hideout, and you start formulating a plan to figure stuff out and corroborating your evidence. So here's what you know so far. You heard of Stacy and Gwen. You remember that she lives kind of somewhere along Route 93? Or I think it's an interstate.
Is US Route 93 based on the shield emblem they have used?
Okay, so it is US Route 93. So that's where she lives, and you do know she has something to do with it. You also know that there is a magnetrine ship out on Sentinel Island. You also have a microchip that you can do something with. But what do you want to do with the microchip?
True.
You're the one who's going to be doing something with it. What are you going to make?
I am going to make. I'm going to invent USB.
Well, okay. How about?
I don't know. I just kind of want to just make something to read the computer chip with.
Mm-hmm.
So something to connect to it and to actually extract the data from it.
She's going to build an interface between an RS-232 serial port and this device, and use it to access the pins individually and determine which ones do what, and then build a schematic based on that.
All right. So here's what you're going to do.
That's the nerd I dragged
You are
along.
going to roll create.
Create.
Yes,
I
create.
don't have it.
Yes, you do. Oh, sorry. It would be program.
Oh, okay.
Program. It's the sub.
2 successes.
Yeah, you're able to make an interface to it, and actually with 2 successes, you. Let me think about how this resolves. you build an interface that can hook up to the chips. And actually, as you do that, you think that you can jury rig this thing to let out a pulse of electricity. Basically, you hook it up to a battery, and you think that that by hooking it up to that battery and using it at a certain time, you're able to basically have a pulse that will disrupt and confuse any of the birds nearby. Essentially, this would be a +2. I guess I'd say +2 to force, although it's a weird one to use force for. So how about +2 to... Actually, I don't know. For items, let's see.
Maybe charm, because they go dumb and then you can do stupid shit for them.
Yeah, you could do charm.
So what does that mean?
That means you can get an item that's like a disruptor, and it's basically +2 to charm, but only in the situation of,
Birds.
yeah, disrupting the birds.
Oh, speaking of the birds, whilst they're working on that, I'm opening the door for the birds and going to grab, I don't know if they do this, they just pre-pop all the popcorn into these massive bags.
Yeah.
I'm going to basically take one of those bags and put it into 6 or 7 different buckets.
Okay.
Put it by the door.
It's incredibly stale.
They won't care.
That's true. So, Geneva, in addition to that, you're able to kind of find some information stored on the chip in the form of notes or comments that were left. Not directly, but there's different things in the code. God, I'm trying to wing this so that it makes sense. Somebody's going to say your compiled code wouldn't have the comments in it. It's like, shut up.
No, there's plenty of there are plenty of cases for where there's signatures and stuff inside of compiled code.
There's whole diaries in code.
Yeah. So this is you pick out a couple names, and the first one is Donald Dixon. And the second one is actually really familiar to you, and that's Diane Peterson. So the two of them seem to have created this code and these chips just to make the birds super intelligent. You can only kind of understand how the chips work. You're 12, but yeah, somehow they literally boost the processing power of the birds. And they also have a little sound chip in them so they can actually make noises. And that's how they've been talking. They're still birds, but yeah. So, you've actually heard of Donald Dixon also, interestingly enough, lived on Route 93. You've heard this name before. Actually, the day before, when they were talking about him and Diane, your parents and their coworkers mentioned that he lives in this creepy house out by Route 93.
Okay. He's not my across the street neighbor then?
No, that doesn't seem to be him.
Okay.
So you basically have two places you guys could get to. One of which is a lot easier to get to, but the other one...
Same direction, right?
The first one is going to be somewhere around here.
Okay.
The second one is on this island.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of also Crazy Stacy.
Could be, yeah.
Because Crazy Stacy's also on Route 93 somewhere.
That is true.
And I believe Guinevere knows Crazy Stacy.
I say we go show Crazy Stacy. We mean business.
I pull out the bat and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like put my hand in my knuckles.
Jenny's just going to put her head in her hands.
Okay. So you guys are going. So you head down to the south, and as you ride by,
To the south?
actually, no, sorry, you're right. It's the north. It's
Northeast.
yeah, it's to the northeast along the route. It's to the south of where you were before.
Yeah.
And something you notice is there's a bunch of adults who kind of seem to be outside taking a watch of the place. And there's one abandoned house there. The yard is overgrown. The mailbox is full of unopened mail.
Is there a name on the mailbox or something like that?
Yeah, it says Dixon.
Dixon. Okay.
But there are a lot of adults watching this. I mean, they're not like all standing outside of it, but they kind of take turns, like keeping an eye out
On the house.
on the house.
Is
That's
this
weird.
near Crazy Stacy's?
It's on the way to it, right?
As far as you know, you don't know exactly where her house is, but you do know that she lives somewhere by herself in this direction.
We should steal his mail.
Why are we stealing his mail?
Because then we can find out how long he hasn't been getting mail.
I steal his mail.
Like,
I object to this.
I help somehow. I
going
do what I
to-
can to
yeah.
to aid.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so one of the neighbors sees you and he starts shouting at you like,
Yeah, I'm
"Hey,
stepping away from this.
what do you?
Oh, we
I
don't get
am-
a sneak roll?
Oh, do you want to get a sneak roll? Okay, because you said I
mean-
steal his mail rather than I sneak. You know,
Well, that's assumed, I
it's
think.
not assumed. If you would like to sneak, go ahead and sneak.
Okay. So I roll.
I'll be distracting.
FYI, if it comes to it, I'll testify against you.
I'll do cool bike tricks.
So I roll
a-
760.
Yeah, 7d6. And if you can figure out how to use the crow, you can get 2, but
Leslie, go sick him.
are you sicking the crow on like the neighbor?
Anyone within the vicinity that's gonna see me do it.
Okay, you send the crow you send Leslie after the neighbor, and she kind of starts flapping around. So take a +2.
Okay.
So she's flopping around, and the guy's like, what is this?
Oh
That's
wait.
not helpful.
Sorry, all crows sound like Waluigi to me.
Did you manage to fail all of them?
Yes.
That is 96, and there is not a single 6 among them.
Probably are going to want to use a luck point or a push here because
If you use a luck, you can reroll the entire thing.
Okay, I'll use the luck.
It's probably a good idea.
Rewind. That didn't happen.
okay.
Oh no, it did happen.
There you go.
Two
Got better at
successes.
it.
2 successes.
Okay, so you can grant an automatic success to another person sneaking with you if you want.
I guess it would be me trying to be distracting.
Okay.
Which, I don't know.
Okay.
People won't notice my distraction.
You and Jen sneak around and kind of open one of the side gates to the house. There's a tall fence around it.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's not like a mailbox on the side of the street. Like you would probably see if someone who lives on a U.S. state route, it would actually be a mailbox that's fairly distant.
What? I was thinking it was on the side of the street.
Yeah. The
Oh, are
mailbox.
you going to the mailbox or are you going into the...
We're stealing his mailbox.
I
Or the
want that
mail.
Yeah,
mail.
no, it is. It's attached to the front of the house.
Might
Yeah,
have,
you're
like
right.
a birthday card with a couple of
Yeah,
bucks
we
in
wanna-
there. Or...
We want to look at his mail.
All right.
Last paycheck, that kind of thing.
Okay. Definitely he hasn't been here for at least a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
But you do hear noises inside the house.
Do we make it? Can we understand what those noises are?
You think you hear somebody walking around? And then you hear another noise of like something smaller moving around.
Dog.
Dog size or bird sized?
Rats are eating him.
You probably couldn't hear any bird footsteps, so I would say dog size.
His dog is eating him.
So we have managed to sneak up to the house then?
Yeah.
I'll try and peer
How?
in.
If there's several adults watching the house?
They just got
because
crowed.
the adult that was watching the house is now being...
They got crowed, son.
Has a crow in their face.
You got crowed.
Yeah, you look in the house, and in the kitchen you see a young woman, about 15.
Is this Crazy Stacy?
Yeah, do I
It
recognize
is
her?
Stacy. I don't think she was
15?
necessarily crazy. I think you guys decided she was crazy.
Well, I imagine that my parents said, "Watch out for that Stacy. She's crazy."
Hey, look, that's crazy Stacy.
That's weird. What's Crazy Stacy doing in here? Do I see the anyone else?
No, you do see a dog, though.
Is it a normal behaving dog?
It's pretty normal. He's very rotund.
Aw, what kind of dog is it?
It's a good question.
A
Is it golden
bulldog.
retriever? No, it would be a bulldog.
Rotund bulldog.
A really
Wi-
fat dachshund.
wire-haired dachshund.
Yeah.
Dachshund.
Dachshund. Sorry. He's a
Wiener dog.
You have to
he's
say it like a
wiener dog,
sneeze.
but he's actually he's really fat,
Aw,
and he seems to be limping a little bit.
with like hip dysplasia.
It's kind of hard to tell exactly why a dog is limping through by looking
Does
in
it
through
have
the
a
window.
sword?
No.
What?
Sif, limping? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
Just
Why would?
God, I want to see the Sith fight with the
With the wiener dog? Yes! We need this mod. It's so great.
Yeah, you think you could probably sneak in if you wanted to.
I'll look at Guinevere and be like, "What's Crazy Stacy doing in Donald Duck's house?"
Walking around in circles by the looks of it.
No, well, she's actually kind of like she mostly seems to be in the kitchen.
Doesn't she live further up the road?
All
I'll
you
be
know is that
honest
she
with you.
lives by herself.
I don't know where she lives.
So what you're saying is Crazy Stacy is this guy.
I'm gonna like sneak in through a window or whatever.
Is Crazy Stacy a guy?
Are the rest of you guys coming in?
Yeah, I'm going to call Leslie off.
I mean,
Okay.
as soon as the crows started flying and flapping around, I ran in anyway after them, even though I really disapprove of the fact that we just committed a
Stole
federal
mail.
offense. Yes.
Yeah, breaking into a school was not an issue.
So,
though.
I wasn't there for that. I
You
was
go
not at
in.
risk for that.
and Stacy kind of, God, there's too many of you to just totally sneak in. And so the dog starts kind of barking at you, and she spins and turns with a knife in her hand.
What, the dog?
I have my bat out.
It's a kitchen knife. She's like, what the fuck?
The fuck?
Wait, no, that's what I say. Why are you in here?
Call off your attack dog.
All right, Ham, stay back. And she's still holding out her knife in front of you. In front of her.
Hey, Stacy.
What are you doing in Donald Duck's house?
Why are you asking? Why are you here?
We could ask you the same question, which we
You
just did. Yeah.
Do you want to try You have a couple skills that could help with this.
Let's see. I'm gonna try and charm her.
Okay, good for charm.
That would be 6 dice for me. 2 successes.
Okay. What do you want to say to her?
What would be charming? I don't know. I'm sun dappled and beautiful.
Yeah, but
I should just be
What
charming.
are you saying in general? Like, are you trying to calm her down? Are you trying to like?
Yeah, I'm trying to calm her down. I'm like, it's okay. We're
Sun-dappled. Fucking hell.
Sun dappled. What the hell?
You just kind of flutter
You're
your
not
eyelids.
a fucking horse. Oh, sorry. I apologise. It's your new nickname, Horse Girl.
fine.
Oh God.
All right, what I say? It's like it's okay. We're all on the same team here.
Okay, I guess.
We all play for the same team here.
Oh my god. She kind of lowers her knife. She's like, okay, but seriously, why are you here?
Because of the birds.
Oh. And she kind of looks around and says, yeah, there seems to be a lot of bird stuff around here. And as she pointed out, there's all kinds of bird stuff here. There's books about it, books about birds, books about neurology. There's books about how to make somebody fall in love with you. The VHS player has a copy of The Birds on it.
Hey, Bird Mind Control for Dummies. I get this one at the library every week.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I like weird things. It's my drive.
I don't really like the birds that are trying to kill people, though. That's a little bit much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good in film form, but...
I mean,
what do you
yes,
know
it's
about the
a good
birds?
film, but...
And no, not the movie, the birds that are attacking people.
yes, what about them?
Is it Donald Duck's fault?
I mean, I guess. He seems to have been really...
Also, where is he? This is his house, and his mail is like 2 weeks old.
Oh, that I don't know.
I'm gonna look through it and see if
Probably
anything,
dead.
if any of the mail is from like the DARPA facility.
I bet the dog ate him. He's
Yeah,
dead.
there's some mail from the DARPA facility. She actually kind of points and said to a stack of mail, and it's actually like he's actually been gone a lot longer than that. You
Are
know?
any of these like last paychecks, things like that? Like, was he fired? Was he laid off?
That
Any
kind of, I don't
cash?
think. I don't think they would be sending him a check that he's not going to have. No.
Well, you know, if you get laid off, then they might send it weeks later your final paycheck because that's how they work.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently, I'm the only one here who's ever been laid off. So, that's
Well,
just how it
yeah,
works
but I'm
in
trying
America.
to like okay. Anyway, she's like, yeah. So this guy, he's my uncle. And I don't know. I mean, I came here a couple of weeks ago. Actually, a little bit longer than that. A couple months ago, really. I came here a couple of months ago from Vegas. And, we were here for a couple of days and then he left.
Do you know where he went?
No, but with all of this bird shit around, like bird items, not literal, with all of that around, and then all of a sudden the birds go nuts. I think there's something to do with that. So I was.
How long has it been since he's been gone specifically?
He was.
Do you think he went back to 1955?
Oh my god.
She kind of looks at you. It's like,
It's the number 1 movie in America right now.
I don't really have the money to go see movies, but okay.
Jenny's just sitting there at this point. She's got her head in her hands,
It's like,
and
okay.
she's just what's going on here, guys?
How have you not seen the number one
Seriously.
movie in America?
I know.
You know
So
what?
your Uncle Donald suddenly disappeared. So is he like
Yes.
your mother's brother or something?
Yes.
So let's go ask your mother where he went. I'm sure he must have left her a note or anything. Is he single? Does he have any? Did he have any travel plans? Like
She kind of laughs at the single thing. She's like, yeah, he's pretty damn single.
Is this your dog or his dog?
Oh, Ham's mine.
Okay. So it's not like he got fat eating his dead corpse and you are just hiding it. What are you cooking?
Sandwich.
Uncle Donald?
With a knife?
You're cooking a sandwich?
You cut
Yes.
sandwiches in half and you cut bread. Why
Like
the
you
fixation
just,
on
like-
the knife?
Because she threatened me with it.
Yeah. it's
I'll
a
threaten
kitchen
with
knife.
you with it if you carry on.
What? I'm cutting some ham.
You cut your dog?
I'm gonna.
I'm going to take this moment to flick
No, it's
the
kind of the
back
other way around.
of
Look.
Jen's ear.
I'm gonna walk
Ow.
over to the ham and eat some of it and go, Needs further investigation and just start eating the ham.
Stop eating my ham.
Okay, while all of this
could be
bullshit is
peaceful.
going on,
And
I am going
the
to
dog starts
stand
barking
up
at
and
you.
I'm going to walk to the bookcase. I'm just going to and the desk and stuff. I'm going to go through his possessions. While
Sure,
you
go
guys
for it.
bicker about a knife, I'm just going to go see if there's anything scientific in his notes.
Sure. You see a couple things that actually something scientific comes up as you approach the bookcase, namely that you see a bunch of scientists up on the wall, and in particular, you notice one of them as there's Einstein, there's
Oh, like pictures. I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
like
he's got
pictures.
scientists up
not
on the
like
wall?
not like
What
literal
kind of-
scientists, not like corpse.
like, this is some really
You see
Some sick shit.
This jar in a brain is marked Einstein.
Silence of the Lambs bullshit going on over here.
See a middle-aged woman with blonde hair and a lab coat. She has a yin yang pin on her lab coat.
Diane Peterson?
Yeah, you think it's probably her. You also notice that there's a bunch of pictures of the two of them together, mostly in a work setting. But
Mostly.
yeah, it's like a group picture work thing, and you see Donald kind of looking over at her in the picture. But it's like a team pic for like the department. You see.
You see now why I asked if he was single? He's not single.
Well, yeah. He's
When was
definitely.
it-
I don't
so
think he's
when
actually. Yeah,
So he left,
he did.
and did he tell you he was leaving, or did he just?
No, he just
walk out one day?
disappeared one day.
I'm going to check the
What
back
day
of the
was this?
pictures.
God, I don't know. It was back in the beginning of June.
Beginning of June, so it's been over a month.
June
Yeah.
1st?
Well, sure. By the way, Ham is now stopped barking at you and is now kind of like climbing up onto your leg, like doing the pawing thing to try to get some of the ham.
Is he humping her leg?
No, he's begging for the ham. He really wants ham.
I give it a slice of ham.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a cute little cannibal, aren't you?
I want to look
Like,
at
yeah.
the back of the pictures.
There's something really interesting on the back of the pictures.
Okay, I want to go through the bookcase.
Okay. Yeah, you find lots of books about birds and about love and courtship and animal mating and all kinds of stuff like that.
Nothing about technology?
Oh yeah, there's stuff too like that too. But it's general stuff, but it's about neurology, it's about cybernetics.
Okay, I want to
Things
go
like
through
that.
his desk as well. Is there
Okay.
a computer on there?
No, he doesn't have a personal computer.
Okay. Is there like a notepad, anything? Like, I just want to investigate all of his notes and knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, you actually see notes of something that looks kind of like the opposite of what you ended up making. Something that will attract birds.
I want to take it.
Okay. Can you roll a calculate check to kind of figure some of this stuff out?
Yeah. Calculates?
Yeah, that would be
Sure.
just like, or comprehend, I guess.
2 successes.
All right. So, yeah, you think this looks pretty damning. In particular, you think that the notes here are pointing towards some kind of mind control device, but specifically for the birds. But they could be used to remotely command birds to do whatever.
It
And
doesn't tell them how to make birds talk.
it would make them super intelligent.
Okay.
I mean, super intelligent for birds, but they could talk and they could understand you.
Do they have a larynx?
No,
That's what
but they
the
do have like a
thing's
little
for.
chip on it,
Ah.
just like a thing.
Stacy,
Yes,
you do know there's a bunch of adults outside watching your house, right?
yeah, they caught me sneaking in a couple times.
Sneaking into your house.
Well, I mean, it's my uncle's house, so I feel it's okay to stay here. But I'm also, it's not like I technically live here.
But you can say you're house sitting.
I literally live here. I don't think they would buy that.
Why wouldn't they buy that?
I mean,
they know something that we don't.
Who are they?
Huh? The neighbors?
No, the people actively watching your house.
They're just neighbors, and they're assholes.
Okay, that checks out.
So, wait a minute.
Really
Let me get this straight, right? The whole neighborhood teamed up together with binoculars to take turns to look at this house where this mad bird scientist lived, who disappeared, who hasn't been seen in weeks, except his 15-year-old niece has been going in and out, and all these adults are doing is just looking at the house?
Okay,
this is very America.
I am so having to suspend all of the disbelief right now.
Neighborhood
No.
watch.
Look, listen. Okay, here's the thing. It's not like I technically got permission to stay here from my stepdad. So, as far as they know, this house is abandoned. So.
But it's been a few weeks.
Your stepdad?
Yeah. What's
Did
that?
the police come through here?
No.
If it's abandoned, wouldn't they try and do a wellness check?
Who's going to try to give a shit about him?
Wouldn't they? I mean, there was basically money in the mailbox.
I didn't say there was money.
No.
I mean,
Is the mail mostly
the
what
paycheck
is
in
the?
there.
It's mostly junk mail, honestly.
Okay.
Look, he was. I don't think he's a popular guy. All he cared about was Diane, and he didn't even really want me to stay with him. But then he disappeared, and so I sort of helped myself. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay.
I mean, look.
So, what are these birds for? What's going on with the birds? I want to resolve this.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was looking at the other day when I saw you guys at the cliffside over there.
The birds talk.
Okay, so here's my thought. So, he was messing with birds to, figure out how love works, and then he's gonna, stick a chip in her head so she'll love him. Because look at that picture. He's into her. And she's probably not into him.
Okay, I don't like to deal with crazy generally, but I think crazy is right.
I think he's crazy, and maybe she's in danger.
I think you're probably right, to be honest.
This is all very Joseph Mengele to me.
Who's that?
That's the
Who's
guy
what?
whose ashes they did things with this year.
So you do have one other clue.
It's actually a thing, by the way.
We have the stuff. There's Sentinel Island.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get there?
Can you?
There's a tunnel from the DARPA facility that leads to Sentinel Island.
I don't think that's likely. That's literally the
Yeah, I know. It's
LHC.
getting into.
You could rent a boat.
A boat?
Yeah, a little boat, like a little motorboat.
We could rent that. A bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds?
I mean, you guys would probably have to figure out how to get a hold of the boat, but
Can we
We could steal a boat
you
and then go
could
to Sentinel
also
Island.
swim it if you're a really good swimmer.
I think I could swim this. I could swim to Sentinel Island.
You actually probably could, but
There's a service tunnel going there? What goes through it?
it's,
That service.
have you seen the Large Hadron Collider?
The what now?
The Large Hadron Collider?
Yeah.
It's like that
It's
underground
like that.
secret government facility. We have to have passes and hard hats to get in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Do you have a boat?
It's like this kind of thing.
So we'll have to travel from Beehive Island then. If we can
Beehive
do that, if we can
Oh gosh,
just
that's
take a
that's
bus
honestly
or
on the
whatever.
other side of the Hoover Dam and several miles along the coastline.
I mean, would there be any reason for us to get on a boat that would take us to, I don't know, Big Boulder Island? Is there anything on that, or is that just nothing?
It's pretty much the same distance as to Boulder
Because
Beach
if
where
we-
we were. By the
If
way.
we could
No,
get
you're right here.
if we could say that we're going to get on a boat to go to a place that would make sense, then we just take that boat somewhere else.
Sure. I don't think you would necessarily, like, I don't know. Do you want to try to, like, charm them into letting you rent a boat?
I mean, we could steal one of this guy's trench coats and stand up as a reasonable guy.
You're like you do look
6
older
foot
than
tall.
13.
I am very tall for a 13-year-old, but I am very
Stupid.
very stupid and very 13.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, we could try and charm him.
We could try the co idea.
Can you pretend it? Wait, Stacy, could you pretend to be like 16?
Why? What do you need?
We need a boat. We're gonna go to Sentinel Island.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, we told you that now.
Okay. Is that why? What's at Sentinel Island?
That's where the leftover parts from the thing that the birds had was from.
What?
The magnetrine vehicles.
Oh, yeah, I can actually do better than that if you want.
Of course we want.
All right.
Yeah,
You got a helicopter?
Do this better.
No, but I mean, I have a fake ID.
Oh. Can I look at it?
Sure.
I look at it.
It's not great, but it does say she's 18.
Okay. It should work.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on a minute, and then she goes upstairs and like comes back down a little bit later, and she has makeup on, and she's wearing
Old people clothes.
well, not old people clothes, but she's dressed up to look a little bit older than 15. She could plausibly be 15.
You mean 18?
Oh, sorry, 18. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you head down to the marina, and the boat rental shop is there, and she kind of lights up a cigarette, and walks over, and starts talking to the guy, and you watch her talk for like a few minutes, and she comes back over and tosses you the keys.
All right.
It's like,
Nice.
I don't know how to drive a boat.
I do.
I do.
I take the keys.
Okay, I give them to Gwen.
It's actually not very hard to drive a boat.
I know, but she wouldn't know this.
Yeah, she's like, okay, good luck, and she kind of, Ham is sitting in the basket in her dirt bike.
right.
She's like, good luck.
Thanks. We'll never forget you.
Well, I mean,
We'll
All
see
right,
you
let's
later.
start this
Yeah,
boat.
you are gonna
Let's
see me
get this
later, right?
going.
I put my
Stacy
hand on her
McLevin.
shoulder. Stacy, you're not so crazy after all.
I
she
take
kind
the
of looks at
keys
you.
and I
You look, you're
start the
crazy. He's
boat.
like, thanks.
Who's on board?
We're all on board.
All
I
aboard,
assume.
All right,
Shipmates.
let's go. I drive
Yep.
the boat towards Sentinel Island.
Okay, yeah. So you get on the boat and drive it out on Lake Mead, and
This is very important. I start
yes.
playing my Super 8, and I play.
Okay.
I put,
Your 8-track.
yeah, my 8-track, and I start playing Back in Black.
Nice.
Jenny will put on her headphones.
Okay.
And I stand at the front of the boat with my hand above my brow, looking out into the distance.
You're gonna do the captain thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I could trip him so hard right now.
That's all we have time for this session. Marissa, where can people find you?
People can find me on Radical Town. That is radical.town. It is a Mastodon instance that I manage. It's like Twitter, except there are far fewer, Nazis.
It's like Twitter, but gay with no Nazis.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. So if you like synthwave stuff and Twitter, but you hate it constantly being trash, go ahead and go to Radical Town, and I am there. Same app with Cambrian_era.
And that's radical.town?
Radical, RADICAL.TOWN.
Cleo, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on YouTube under Zombie Cleo, and that's about it, really.
Will, where can people find you?
You can find my work at willpennington.co.uk. There's all sorts of short films and stuff.
Lisa, where can people find you?
I live stream a blind playthrough of Dark Souls 3 now because I finished my Dark Souls playthrough. I do so on Mixer and Twitch simultaneously. I do that every weekend. You can connect with me and find more info about everything that I do on my personal website, which is superlisa.nl.
I'm dewtroid, and I stream infrequently at twitch.tv/dewtroid. Our music for this episode is by Dearful. We are always looking to improve your experience and appreciate any feedback you can leave. Also, tell your friends.